Good morning from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. My name is Vita Evenson. If you're new here and are just listening to this little morning session that I do daily in my tiny little studio. So today, actually, I am not in my tiny little studio, but out in the kitchen. But it is a fact that no matter where I am, in fact, that tiny little studio. As artists, we all know that there is always working in the studio, creativity humming, ideas coming, getting images of something we see and going, yeah, that is amazing. I want to paint that. Or maybe it's just something that comes in and feeds your heart, your soul, just filling you up with nourishment, with that creative flow, with that. I love the word humming, just that vibration of, oh, this is amazing. And those are the kinds of things that our creativity needs to open up within us, to come in and take up space. And, you can be in your studio painting and doing things. You could be outside in the middle of the crazy city. I'm thinking of Thessaloniki or Athens, where it's, hectic and chaotic and loud. And it's you can slip into that creative space, that state where you just are like, oh, this is so cool. Just going about and doing the things you have to do, but you're somehow centered and connected and harmonious in the chaos. And I just love that. So today, my studio is the kitchen where I will be cooking. And the big news for me today is that my mini course is published and done. And it is it's $49.99, but for a month, I have it out for $29.99. So there is a $20 discount for this month. I have to get the links and I'll put it up in all my social media and things like that. If anybody wants to see it, this is the first one. It's mixing colors on a limited palette, plus a big, huge bonus of full painting from beginning to end and watching how it works and how I'm mixing the colors using this primary limited palette. And the thing about limiting yourself is that in an odd way, it releases so much more of your creative potential. It's like going into a room in your house that is decluttered. There's a sense and an energy that you can move around in there. You're not going to bump into anything or trip or fall or prick your fingers or your toes or whatever. There is calm, there's space, and you can flow within that room when it is beautifully put together. So that is why I am so excited about this limited palette, the primary limited palette. I'm not even talking about a warm and cool of each of the primaries. Just yellow, just red, just blue, and white. And you can mix virtually anything that you need for your painting. So get rid of all the extras, come back to this primary limited palette and see what you can do. Just open up to the possibilities. Open up to a smaller space where you can try things that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. What if I do it this way? And see what happens. And it's really beautiful to take a primary limited palette and paint something, set up a still life, do something easy, but put it together so that you are able to experiment and experience what happens within you. Because it's not just what happens on your palette, is it? It's what happens within us. How learning and opening and trying something out and coming in and limiting that immense, massive creative flow, just bringing it down to a primary limited palette, right? That's where you begin. That's where artists begin their journey. So don't confuse it. Clean up your palette, get minimal, and, allow your inner space to have more space. It is the best gift you can give yourself. I'm serious. Well, at least in my experience. Of course, this is not for everyone, but in my experience, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like simplifying. It reminds me of Henry David Thoreau's On Walden Pond book. And I read it when I was, 12, 15 probably. Good morning, Corby. Yes, it is exciting news. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so excited and very happy and feeling very good that I conquered. I did it. I did it. I did something brand new. I did something, pushed through it, had my difficulties. The Kajabi thing is not all set up. The website's still not set up. There's some clunks and things like that. And but now I have my mini course up, and now it is ready to send out into the world. And I hope that it will be useful to you. I know it will be. I know it will be. Because even as an advanced artist, when you come back to a limited palette, a primary limited palette, you just have so much to open up to and learn and understand and develop when you get rid of all the extras. So On Walden Pond, Henry David Thoreau, was a very beautiful book for me, especially in the teen years, right? And me having grown up in a home of plenty and a home of, piles of presents under the Christmas tree. We had everything we needed. It was, we'd out to dinner, the theater, the movies, the other thing. Always, it was a very nice childhood. And then I came to this little tiny island, and suddenly my life was limited. And I, of course, in the beginning thought, I don't know if I can handle this. There's nothing to do. I can't even go out for a coffee. I can't, there's nothing. There's nothing. Until I opened up to it. Until I said, okay, this is where I am right now. What is there here for me? And when I opened that door in this little tiny limited palette of a life, I would say a primary limited palette on this island, especially back then, boy, a whole new world opened up to me. A whole different understanding of the importance of life in a simple manner. Henry David Thoreau, simplify, simplify, simplify. When I first came across that in my high school years, when I was living in the land of plenty, it just fell into me. Good morning, Judy. Darling, what are you doing up? So when this first sense of simplifying our lives, simplifying things and what that might mean, I held on to it. I don't know why. I don't know why it stuck so well at, 15, 16 years old, but it did. And I keep coming back to it year after year, moment after moment. Every time I see from this tiny little studio the opening and the beauty and the greatness of my life in here, because it is simple, because it is tiny. And so those are my thoughts today. I probably got off track. I do love those rivers of thought. I do love those rivers padding along the banks, right? Just tuk, 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 tuk. What's over here? What's behind that tree? What's behind that boulder, that bend in the river? And what's going on across that river, right, Judy? I know you know what I mean. So I'm just really happy today. Of course, I'm happy because I did the Kajabi thing, and now I'm going to go back and do the next Kajabi thing, which is tightening up the website. But mostly, I've got the second part of this mini course coming up, the second section, and I'm already on it. So I'll be doing mini course, and bundling it all together later on to sell as a large course for however, whatever people need and however they want it. So that's on the plans today. And I hope you're all happy and excited. And if you're not, take some of mine. I am in la la land today. I am just buzzing and happy and wonderful. It's such a beautiful accomplishment to succeed in this tech world, this overwhelming tech world, and I'm getting there and I'm pulling it together and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, you guys, it's we're at 13 minutes. I am going to sign off and get to my cooking and get to my website work and sit in the sun today because it is a beautiful, beautiful day. Wishing you all to be inspired, to be creative, and to be fully you and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Love you.